GR IAS Academy.
100 days, 100 teams, one goal UPSC Prelims. Hello all, welcome to the program Mission Surya. We deal with current affairs completely in prelims perspective. Let's get started with today's topic. So today our first topic is 3D glass semiconductor and India semiconductor mission. As we all know, India semiconductor mission is linked in two phases, that is India semiconductor machine 1.0 and India semiconductor machine 2.0. This has already been started and this is the planned one which has to be implemented yet. Okay, now let us see what are 3D glass semiconductors first. 3D glass semiconductors refers to advanced chip packaging technology, advancing chip packaged technology where circuits are stacked vertically using glass substrates, instead of silicon, because previously we used to use silicon material. Rather than with silicon, now we are using glass material. So these circuits are stacked vertically using glass substrate instead of silicons. So why do we need to have a 3D glass substrates rather than using silicon? Is by using this 3D glass, what happens in the semiconductors, better thermal stability will be there, so that the heating of the product will get lesser, then higher data transfer can be happened, and it reduced power consumption can also be happened. Okay, you can see the diagram how it will be in vertically packed the semiconductors. Okay, next, moving forward. So let us see the recent developments. Recently in Odisha, Bhubaneswar, foundation stone has been laid for India's first advanced 3D chip packing unit. First advanced 3D chip packing unit in India has been for foundation stone is laid in Bhubaneswar, Odisha. This initiative is led by which company? It is led by US based 3D glass solutions with investments from global majors, like Intel and Lockheed Martin. These two companies are coming forward for the giving the investments for this initiative, which we are starting in Bhubaneswar, Odisha. Okay, it is the only project among the 10 approved under the India Semiconductor Mission 1.0. In our India Semiconductor Mission, almost 10 have been approved, under which this is the only project among the 10 approved. Okay, that uses truly advanced packaging technology, distinguishing its strategic from basic assembly plants. Okay, now let us see what are semiconductors. Semiconductors are materials that conduct electricity under certain conditions. In certain conditions, when electricity is produced, the foundation of all modern integrated circuits. These semiconductors are the foundation of all modern integrated circuits. Okay, now let's see Moore's law. In 1965 it has been given, which is formulated by Gordon Moore. Okay, he is a co-founder of Intel company. It states that the number of transmitters on chip approximately increases from every 2 years. Okay, doubles approximately for every 2 years. Okay, next, see the OSAT, in the sense outsourced semiconductor assembly and test. This is the final step after the production. After the production of semiconductors, this is the final step. What is it? OSAT, outsourced semiconductor assembly and testing. The stage after chip fabrication, where manufactured chips are, after manufacturing the chips, they are assembled into unstable packages and tested for quality. Okay, they are tested for quality. This is the last step which is being outsourced. Next, India currently has more OSAT capacity than actual fabrication capacity. India has more, the final stage what has to be happen, we have more units capacity of OSAT in India than the actual fabrication capacity. Okay, so what is it? Let's see the technology, traditional versus 3D glass chips. We have already been discussing about the 3D glass chips, right? We'll see what is the difference of this traditional and 3D glass technology, chips technology. Traditional chips, what it is built on a flat 2D planar silicon wafers. 2D planar silicon wafers. Components are placed side by side. We discussed in 3D what happens, it is placed vertically. But in traditional chips previously using the silicon, these are placed side by side, trying to pack more components, which led to overheating and signal interference. This is what with old traditional model. Coming up to the new model, which is the 3D glass chips, the next generation one. Now the stack components vertically. The stacks components vertically. For silicon, it is side by side. Okay, like a skyscraper. Instead of spreading them flat, dramatically increasing computing power. It increases the computing power in the same physical footprint. The same thing, only the thing is stacking process is different. Okay, like in silicon chips, what is happening? The components are placed side by side. Okay, in 3D glass, what happening? Components are being stacked vertically. The only difference in the traditional method, we've used silicon. In the next generation method, we are using glass. Okay. See, next 3D heterogeneous integration. What is it? It is a novel technology used in the Odisha plant, which we are now we have laid the foundation stone there, that combines different types of chips, that is logic processor, memory and sensors into a single 3D package. Okay, all these are logic processors, memory and sensors have been packed into a single 3D package. This is what in Odisha it will be happening. Okay, next. Now let us see the advantages of glass substrates over silicon. Okay, glass substrates are new generation. Silicon method is the old tradition. Okay, now see what are the advantages now. Looking on to the advantages, better thermal stability. As I said, handles heat much more efficiently. It handles the heat much more efficiently, producing less heat comparatively to the previous, giving more heat produced from the car systems. Next, lower signal loss. Signals travel more cleanly when the 3D glass semiconductors are used. Then higher precision which allows for more advanced and finer chip nodes. Okay, so let's see the applications then. By introducing this 3D glass semiconductors, fast AI models can be come up, 5G will be more advanced defense electronics can be given, and efficient data centers will produce. Okay, now let us see few government initiatives. The government initiatives for semiconductors. India Semiconductor Mission, ISM, India Semiconductor Mission. This ISM, why this ISM has come up, India Semiconductor Mission? The main aim is to make India a global hub for semiconductor design, manufacturing and innovation. Okay, now as I told you, ISM, India Semiconductor Mission is of two phases, that is 1.0 and 2.0. See, ISM 1.0, when it is launched in 2021. Okay, so it works under which ministry? Ministry of Electronics and IT with support from Niti Aayog. Okay, what is the outlay? The budget which is allocated for Indian Semiconductor Mission is 76,000 crore. Okay, the financial support up to 50% of project cost will be bear by the government, and then 10 projects have been approved across 6 states. 10 projects have been approved across 6 states. Approximately more than 1.6 lakh crore investment is being happened. Okay, What are the key projects which include our Tata Group chip fabrication plant and the Micron technology, which is a US based one, where a OSAT unit in Gujarat is being started. Okay, OSAT unit means I have already told you the outsourcing. Testing, the outsourcing testing unit, okay, that is being started in Gujarat. Next, coming to, this is all about ISM 1.0, which is launched in 2021. Okay, coming to ISM 2.0, which is the upcoming project. The next phase of India's semiconductor strategy. What is the expected outlay? Expected budget is approximately $11 billion. Okay, it focuses on more depth and resilience and advanced technology. Rather than using this technologies, advanced technologies will be coming up, and more resilience on it, and more depth, with more depth they are coming up. So ISM 2.0 is a upcoming mission with an outlay of, expected outlay of $11 billion. Okay, now, so the importance is, as everyone know, like in India, every home in India every person has a mobile, a laptop or a tab or anything. For all these things, chips are required, semiconductors are required. So we are mostly importing the chips from the countries like Taiwan and China. So to reduce this dependency, to reduce the imports from other countries, we have to build semiconductor manufacturing strong. Semiconductor manufacturing strong with new technologies, so that we will not depend on other countries like Taiwan and China for the import of chips. Signals global trust in India's tech defense ecosystem. It is a textbook example of industrial policy. It is a textbook example of industrial policy pushing strategic sectors that private markets might not develop fast enough on their own. Okay. Now, let us move on to the next topic. Our next topic is INS Kaundinya and Thankai method. INS Kaundinya and Thankai method. What is this INSV Kaundinya? Why this is in use? INSV Kaundinya is a Indian naval vessel. Okay, it is an Indian naval vessel. So why this has come up? It is a heritage reconstruction project of the Indian Navy showcasing India's ancient maritime technology and seafaring traditions. Why? Because what is the event? The maiden overseas voyage of the Indian naval sailing vessel INS Kaundinya. Okay, this ship, this INS Kaundinya has sailed for the first time. This is the reason why it is in use. It is not normally built ship. We will come into that later on. Let's see the route first it sailed from. It sailed from Porbandar Port, Gujarat to Muscat Sultanate of Oman. Muscat Sultanate of Oman. From Porbandar, Gujarat to Muscat, it is Sultanate of Oman. Okay. Let's see the features, how this ship is built. The ship is built using the traditional Thankai method. What is this Thankai method? It is an ancient stitched shipbuilding technique. Basically what happens building a ship, we use nails or screws and all the things to make a ship, right? But this INS Kaundinya, what happened is, the Indian Navy took up a challenge like ancient stitched shipbuilding technique is used, that is the Thankai method. Okay, it is modelled after a 5th century AD ship depicted in the mural paintings of the Ajanta caves, where the picture, from which they have got inspired and built this INS Kaundinya is, in the Ajanta caves, in mural paintings, they have seen the ship which is modelled in 5th century AD, and that type of ship has been built now. Okay. Now, see, it is named after Kaundinya. Why it is named after Kaundinya? Kaundinya, a legendary Indian mariner. He is a legendary Indian mariner renowned for sailing across Indian Oceans to Southeast Asia. He sailed from Indian Oceans to Southeast Asia. Okay, the project execution, let's see it. It is developed through a tripartite agreement between whom? The Ministry of Culture, the Indian Navy and Hodi Invitations. Hodi Invitations is a shipbuilding company, private shipbuilding company. Okay, these three has come up with the project execution. Okay, see, I hope you all can see the ship. It might be visible. Once, just a second, I'll make it. No, okay. I hope this is visible. You can see few symbols on it, on the sail. The eagle symbol here and a sun symbol here. This is INS Kaundinya. Okay. See, the cultural symbols featured on ship are, see, until like seeing a back old day ship, isn't it like that? It is built in that technology. We call it as Tankai method. See, we can see few cultural symbols on it. What is it? Gandha Dherunda. Gandha Dherunda. It is a two-headed eagle motif associated with the Kadamba dynasty, which is associated with the Kadamba dynasty. What it symbolizes? It symbolizes power and protection. Next, a sun motifs are also seen. I have shown you the sun motifs, right? This is the eagle motifs. So, sun motifs featured on the ship sails. These represents vitality, divinity, navigation and auspicious beginnings. Okay. This is how INS Kaundinya has been designed, and it sailed from Porbandar port of Gujarat to Muscat of Sultanate of Oman. Okay. Next. Move on to the next topic. The next topic is Kailash Manas Sarovar Yatra. Why this Kailash Manas Sarovar Yatra is in news is, after the COVID pandemic, the route to China has been opened because the Kailash mountains are in Tibetan region. Okay, let's see. Indian pilgrims have completed the Kailash Manas Sarovar Yatra after 6 years gap. Okay, till in between the 6 years, this Kailash Manas Sarovar Yatra has been stopped due to the COVID pandemic and conflicts between China and us, India and China. Okay, this marks the first India-China people-to-people exchange to resume since the disruptions caused by COVID-19 pandemic and the line of actual control standoff. Due to these two issues, the ways to China and India has been blocked since 6 years. After 6 years, now people transfer has been exchange is being resumed due to Kailash Manas Sarovar Yatra. Now, okay, see, let us see the location. These are situated in, this pilgrimage is situated in Western Himalayan ranges within the Tibetan Autonomous Region, which is now occupied by China. Okay, it is present in Western Himalayan regions. Mount Kailash, it is the highest peak in the Kailash range. Okay, next, Lake Manas Sarovar. Manas Sarovar is recognized as the world's highest freshwater lake. It is considered as the highest freshwater lake. Very beautiful lake. Once in a lifetime, everyone has to visit that place. Okay. Next. See. This pilgrimage currently take place via two primary mountain passes. What are those two primary mountain passes? Lipilek Pass and Notla Pass. See. See this lip lake pass. See the location. Here it is India. I hope everyone can see. I will take another color so that it will be visible. See, this is India, and you can see Nepal here. This is the Nepal India border, and here we have China, right? This is completely China, right? See the pass is here. Lip Lake Pass. This is one way to go to Kailash mountain ranges, and next is Nathula Pass, which is located in our Sikkim region. Okay, see this also. Here it is India. We have West Bengal here, and we have Gangtok, Sikkim, and this is the Teesta River. It is passing, and here this is the Tibet, China. I mean, this is completely China. Tibet, which is occupied by China, however. See, this is the pass. This is the pass from Sikkim to this Kailash ranges. This Tibet, I mean, what is called this Nathula Pass. Okay, from this way, this is one way, and this is the another way where pilgrims can go and go to that yatra. Okay, next, see the cultural and religious significance. The region is considered highly sacred. The region is considered highly sacred pilgrimage site across three major religions. What are those religions? Hinduism, Jainism, and Buddhism. The people who follow Hinduism, who follow Jainism, and who follow Buddhism, these three people feel that place as a sacred place. Okay, next, let us move on to the next topic. The next topic for today is methane super emitters and India landfills. What are landfills? Landfills are designated areas where the solid waste is dumped and buried. It is dumped and buried in layers with soil. Okay, what are landfills? Landfills is the designated area where the solid waste is collectively dumped and buried in layers with soil. This is called landfills. Okay, two Indian landfill sites, that is in Telangana and Maharashtra, have been identified among the world's top 25 methane super polluters for 2025. See how bad? In Telangana and Maharashtra, these two places, these are the two Indian landfill sites, have been identified among the world's top 25 methane super polluters for 2025. Who is giving this report? This report is being released by UCLA's Top Methane Project. Okay, UCLA's Top Methane Project is giving this report. How? By spotlight on the top 25 methane plumes in 2025, especially in landfills. Okay. So how this report is being generated means it is using carbon mappers. Okay, carbon mappers. This is a satellite technology, so that from space it captures the methane plumes, methane leaks which have been emitted from the landfills. Okay, it uses carbon mappers, satellite technology, to detect the methane leaks from space. Okay, by seeing this, it will give the report like for 25 methane plumes in 2025, top 25 methane plumes in 2025. In the sense, top methane producing countries. Okay. Next, let's see. Who are the global top emitters? Global top emitter for 2025 is Buenos Aires in Argentina is the highest global emitter. Approximately 7.6 tons of methane per hour is being emitted. Okay. Next, the top 25 emitters found across 18 countries. Across 18 countries emitting between 3.6 and 7.5 tons of methane per hour. Okay. The countries with multiple sites on the top emitter list include multiple sites in India, like in India, Telangana and Maharashtra, in China, few more, in Brazil, not China, India, Brazil, Chile and Turkey. We have multiple sites, okay, multiple sites where this methane is being emitted. What are those countries? India, Brazil, Chile and Turkey. These are the countries. About methane and its impacts. What is methane basically? Methane is a powerful greenhouse gas, okay, with much stronger short-term warming effect than carbon dioxide. Methane is more harmful. However, carbon dioxide also causes global warming, but it in a slow form. But methane, in a very short term, it gives the warming effect than carbon dioxide. What are the sources in landfills? It is released primarily through the decomposition of organic waste in anaerobic conditions. In anaerobic conditions, when this solid waste is being decomposed in the landfills, it is releasing methane. So, by decomposition of organic waste in an anaerobic condition, which is leading the more methane production. Then, what is the climate impact? A single landfill emitting 5 tons of methane per hour has a climate impact. When 5 tons per hour of methane, consider how much it is. It causes a greenhouse effect to our this thing. So, how is our public health affected? Methane emissions near urban centers worsen air quality and lead to increased ground level ozone formation. Okay. Next, sector contribution. What is the sector contribution? According to the United Nations Environment Programme, the waste sector contributes approximately 20% of global human caused methane emissions. Next, India holds the world's largest methane mitigation potential in the waste sector due to its massive scale of municipal waste generation. Okay. Next, suggested mitigation measures. What are the measures which has to be taken to control the methane production? It is organic waste segregation at the source. Everyone will be telling us to keep the solid waste in one thing, dry waste in one bin, but who knows who's following all these things. Let's see. So, by organic waste segregation at the source, we can mitigate the methane production. Landfill gas capture, we can capture the gas which is being emitted from this degradation process in the landfills, and then waste to energy recover systems. This has to be come up. Next. Okay. Next, see. Next, moving on to the next topic, it is UK smoke free generation law. Smoke free generation law. The United Kingdom has passed a landmark tobacco to vapes bill. Tobacco to vapes bill to permanently ban the legal purchase of tobacco products. Legal purchase of tobacco products for younger generations, aiming to create a smoke free generation. Okay. So, UK government has come up with a landmark protocol called tobacco to vapes bill to permanently ban the legal purchase of tobacco products by younger generations to create a smoke free generation. Next, whom it is targeting? It applies permanently to anyone born on and after 1st January 2009. To everyone born on or after 2009. What is the age limit? Instead of fixed legal age, like everyone tells after 18 major. Okay. So, Instead of a fixed legal age, the legal age to buy tobacco will rise by 1 year every year. Every year, like this year, if it is 18, for next year it will be like 19, for next year it will be 21. To make for what? For why it is increasing all this? To make a smoke-free generation. Okay. The ultimate goal is a gradual phase out that eventually ends all tobacco sales in the UK. This is the ultimate goal of UK. Okay. To make a smoke-free generation. Next, see the economic impacts. Health burden. Smoking. By smoking, what happening is smoking is leading causes of preventable deaths in the UK. Okay. In England alone, only in England alone, it causes around 6,400 deaths. 6,400 deaths due to smoking. Consumption of tobacco leads to 6,400 deaths only in England, and nearly 4 lakh hospital admissions annually. This is only annually. Okay. Economic cost. How much it is costing? Like National Health Service, it said that costs about 3 billion euros annually in treatments for smoking related diseases. Especially for smoking related diseases, the government is paying up 3 billion euros annually in the treatments. Okay. Next, what are the additional restrictions that the government can take up in UK is, ministers have power to extend smoking bans to the public areas such as children's playgrounds and outside schools and hospitals. Thus, a ban can be created. Next, stricter rules will be applied to vapes and nicotine products. What are vapes? Vapes are generally e-cigarettes which have flavor in it. When a person, it's an e-cigarette like thing, electronic cigarette, when someone inhales and exhales out like a cigarette, it gives some with a flavor. It comes with a fruit flavor, it comes with a mint flavor. Obviously it contains nicotine. To prevent youth nicotine addiction, this includes clamping down on branding, advertising and promotion, specifically targeting at children. Okay. Stricter rules will be applied to vapes and nicotine products to prevent what? Youth nicotine addiction. Okay. Now, see what are the perspectives and debates now. For this also they are going on for debates for banning cigarettes and all. Who are the supporters for this thing is health groups like Action on Smoking and Health and Asthma and Lung UK view is at a major public health reform. Okay. Next, who are the critics? Critics are vaping industries. Obviously they want business. So, warn that excessive restrictions on vape flavors and availability might push former smokers back to tobacco or create illegal marketing. This is what vaping industries are coming up. So, what is the government stand now? The government goal is to protect children from addiction, not to block adult smokers from using vapes as a cessation tool. Okay, the government is telling that the goal is to protect only children from addiction of tobacco products, not to block adult smokers. It is not to block adult smokers from using vapes as a cessation tool. Okay, rather than cigarettes, they are using e-cigarettes, that are vapes. So government is not restricting the adult smokers, it is they are protecting the children from addiction to this vapes, tobacco and nicotine. Okay, this is what the UK government want to do to give free tobacco generation. Okay. So that's all for today. I hope everyone liked this session, and to have a complete content note on this content, please go visit our website and download it from there, and do follow our YouTube channel and Telegram channel for your UPSC preparation, and do follow our Instagram account also. All the links are provided below in the description. Please go check it out. I'll see you all tomorrow with another session. Thank you.